Lego Batman movie! I finally got a chance to check this film out, and here are my thoughts coming up right now. Okay, so the Lego Batman movie stars Will Arnett as Batman, Michael Cera as Robin, or Dick Grayson, whichever one you prefer, same character, Rosario Dawson as Batgirl, and Zach Galifianakis as the Joker, and follows two sides of plots. There's two plots to this storyline. This film explores the aspect of Batman's family and his family struggles going on within his life, which I found very effective and very well done. And it also explores a plot in which the Joker and his goons are trying to take over Gotham City, along with the other villains in Gotham City. So what did I think of this film? First of all, can I just say, whoever came up with the idea of the Lego Batman movie is a genius. This is such a good idea. You know, the Lego movie was a film that came out a few years back. It made a ton of money. Lots of people enjoyed it, including myself. I thought it was a fantastic film. It's like 8 out of 10 stuff for me. I thought that all the characters were well fleshed out and it was a really well made film. Does the Lego Batman movie deliver on all the hype that it promises? And does it live up to what the Lego movie did? Yes. And over time, this could get better and end up becoming a better film than the Lego movie as time goes on. I want to tell you what the Lego Batman movie masters so effectively, and that is making fun of other Batman incarnations and iterations throughout the history of time. If you have a character in film, and I'm not just talking about Deadpool, because Deadpool is an exception. I rarely see characters in film prepared to make fun of studios or their characters in previous films or iterations which did not go well or which was a masterpiece. It doesn't matter. And what makes the Lego Batman movie so good is that the creators are not afraid to poke fun at previous Batman incarnations, and they're not afraid to go for humor no matter what the situation or scenario may be, whether it may have a negative or positive impact on the studio. They don't care. They're doing it for the laughs, and that's one thing that I found really promising about this film. Let's talk about the voice acting. For example, Will Arnett as Batman. This guy's a legend. This guy is up there in the top Batmans for me, along with Christian Bale and Michael Keaton. In fact, he might be my third favourite Batman. Let's think about that. Yep, third favourite Batman. Put him in the ranks there. Will Arnett, he delivers such a brooding and charismatic performance, for a voice performance, don't forget, as Batman. And really, in reality, this is so much better than some of the live-action performances that we've seen of Batman. And he's not even on screen in his flesh form. It's just a voice performance. And that's one thing that I found really, really good about Will Arnett's voice acting of Batman. He also gives the character such light and such humour in the scenes in which he's meant to deliver humorous lines in. And that really affects the laughs in the audience for this film. The rest of the voice acting, I didn't really find anything spectacular about it. I think that Zach Galifianakis did a great job as the Joker. Really, though, nothing special. I just think it's a voice incarnation of the Joker. It was handled and done very well and very effectively, and he delivered some good laughs along the way. And that's another thing, this film is very funny. Not only is it prepared to poke fun at previous incarnations of Batman, if you're a fan of Batman, if you understand his lore and you know his character history and you know his history throughout television and TV, you're going to have a blast with the comedy in this film. It hits you right on. And I've heard people say that the comedy comes at you too fast, but I didn't find that. For me personally, I think that this film delivers the comedy when comedy's needed, and it is also not afraid to explore the more darker and family-related issue sides of Batman's life. This film really dives in deep to what makes Batman, his character, and why Bruce Wayne is struggling on the inside with his family issues, as well as him being alone and afraid. There is a very big scene in this film where there is a ton of characters that are not in the trailers and that you may not expect. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but I just want to talk about that for people who do know what I'm talking about and know that where they came from. I think that scene, that is probably an issue I have with the film. I did not like how what the Joker did with those characters, and he pushed other various characters aside. I did not find that. I would have preferred just to see him stick with the same characters, if you know what I mean, if you've seen this film already. But other than that, I love how they explore Batman's lore, and they're bringing heaps of obscure characters from the comics in. There's going to be so many characters that people haven't heard of in this film. For example, the Eraser, Mime, Calculator, March Harriet, just to name a few. There's so many characters in this film that people haven't heard of. And these minifigures in the film look so good. I'm not going to lie, they actually look really, really good. The animation in this film, does it look like a video game? Well, no. In my mind, I compare the movies for Lego to the Lego video games. I feel like the video games, they look very realistic and they look movie-like. The movie, though, I feel like they take it just a step further. I do feel like the Lego movie does look like a video game. I will say that. The Lego Batman movie, however, I don't think does. I think this looks like a full-length feature film that's been edited and remastered properly so that the animation is up to date and does not look like a video game. So that's my personal opinion on the animation styles of this film. I'm just struggling to get over the fact how funny this film was. If you want a good family comedy, and you do not want to rely on previous Batman knowledge, you can go into this film and find it genuinely funny. You don't have to know Batman's lore to find this film funny. What this film really impresses me on is, for the fans who do know Batman's lore, it just expands it, and it really, really delivers the laughs a lot more if you understand the lore of Batman and his previous incarnations, which is by far my biggest praise for this film. So, the Lego Batman movie, my thoughts. I think you should see this film. Definitely check it out. It's only on about 300 million at the moment. I think it should be getting more, because I would love to see more films like this one in the future from WB Animation and from the Lego line in films. I think that they have a lot to deliver, and that if they keep delivering them at the same rapid pace and with the high quality that they are at the moment, I think that they could have a real business and franchise going here. I know they have the Lego Ninjago movie coming in later this year. I have to admit, I'm not a big fan of the trailer for that, but Lego have gone 2 for 2 now for me, guys. And I'm going to give the Lego Batman movie an 8 out of 10. For its charismatic characters, its fantastic humour, and its expansion of the Batman lore. And relying on the key fans and giving fan service to the fans. Also, I just love to see Batman beatbox. So if the movie has Batman beatboxing in it, it's going to get a high grade. So that's it, guys, for the Lego Batman movie. I give that an 8 out of 10. Not too sure about a Lego Ninjago film coming out later this year. The trailers didn't impress me, but Lego can turn it around as they're 2 for 2 now. So I'm excited for that. You can click subscribe down below for more reviews coming soon. Give this review a like if you enjoyed it, not the film. Actually, yeah, give the film a like too. If you like the film, share it on social media and everything, because I think that this film deserves to get noticed. So that's the Lego Batman movie, guys. And remember, always be yourself unless you can be Batman.